All right, guys, so we got to talk about a classic case of self-snitching, okay? And this time, the person that is self-snitching on themselves is probably doing it because we have a certain class of people in our society that have been so coddled and protected. They've been told that nothing's their fault and that they don't need to take personal responsibility for any of their actions, right? And I think that this has, again, made a certain class of people so emboldened that they can just outright do things that are potentially illegal, go on social media and admit to it and think that nothing's supposed to happen, right? There's not supposed to be any consequences to admitting to a conspiracy to commit what seems to be a crime, right? And we're talking about Eli Eriks, who is a trans activist that basically admitted to potentially planning a hormone smuggling operation in which they're gonna smuggle hormone therapy drugs, you know, the drugs that are used for people to transition their gender. Yeah, smuggle them to states where it is illegal. And we're talking about getting these drugs into the hands of kids, right? That is what we're talking about here, right? Without a doctor's prescription or supervision of them taking the drugs. So I want to talk about that as this person is being exposed after exposing themselves. Particularly Matt Walsh and Libs of TikTok is coming after them hard for this alleged operation that they're planning. But before I get into that, I just want to let you guys know, if you like my channel and you want to support my channel, you can do so using the links in the description below. You support the Patreon, you support the PayPal, you support the merch. There are multiple ways to support the channel if you would like to do so, including getting yourself one of my new donkeypox shirts, the virus that is affecting America, or one of my hashtag no days off / hard work t-shirts from my website gforemanbcp.com. You can get 20% off using discount code gforemanbcp. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the clip of this activist basically admitting to trying to get hormone therapy drugs into the hands of people without a doctor's supervision or basically any type of real medical oversight. Take a look.
A few months ago, I posted on Instagram asking for testosterone for a friend who actually already had a prescription. His doctor was out of town and he couldn't get a new one. Within hours, my story was taken down and I received a warning by the administrators. Now, of course, I know it's against Instagram rules to share substances, and I wasn't particularly surprised that it was removed. But I was still upset. So yeah, I know it's illegal, duh. So was changing my social security to female without medical treatment. So was crossing the street outside my apartment instead of using the crosswalk. So was protesting the death of trans people. When it comes to legal shit, be careful, but don't let the law dictate your morality. Trans people face insurmountable mistreatment in healthcare. Maybe we don't want to go to a doctor. Maybe we don't have access to one geographically. Maybe we can't afford one. Maybe our parents don't want us to get care. There are so many reasons why we should be able to offer hormones through an informed consent model, perhaps even not involving doctors or therapists. A pharmacist could easily ask you a few routine questions and send you on your way. For that matter, you're just as capable of misinforming your pharmacist as you are a doctor. It's as easy as checking your blood panels on your own. Really, just as it is any other long-term medication.
Wow, there's so much ignorance in that statement. I don't even know what to say, right? I really don't even know what to say, okay? Like, first of all, this person tried to compare what they know is illegal. And we're talking about like prescription drugs here, and you know, getting access to them and trying to give them to, you know, friends and stuff like that, not through a pharmacist or anything like that. They compare that to jaywalking, right? Again, I just don't understand. And then this person seems to not care about whether or not, you know, somebody who is taking drugs that are not naturally meant for their bodies doesn't seem to care or value a doctor's supervision or approval of taking these drugs, right? As if it doesn't matter, right? Like, because you're trans, you're supposed to just have access to these drugs and you're supposed to just take them with no medical supervision, as if something couldn't go wrong, as if you couldn't potentially take too much of the substance okay, and seriously damage your body like permanently. Again, these people are just not only insane, but they don't care about people's lives, the lives that they are actively trying to ruin by, first of all, pushing this stuff on people who might not necessarily actually want to go through it. And then also on top of that, further encouraging them to engage in reckless behavior that could end up permanently damaging a lot of the people that are taking these drugs or getting access to these drugs without medical supervision. Again, it's totally irresponsible, right? So let's read about what's going on here with Matt Walsh and Libs of TikTok and this person. I don't know if they're a guy or a girl. I believe that they're a dude that wants to be a girl, but maybe it's non-binary. I have no clue. So let's read here. Daily Wire host Matt Walsh called out a transgender activist for announcing a potentially illegal plan to send hormone replacement therapy drugs to gender-confused people in red states. The exchange began Friday when the popular Twitter account Libs of TikTok posted a screenshot from trans activist Eli Ehrlich's Instagram page. The screenshotted post, which has since been deleted, announced Ehrlich's intention to provide unused prescription hormone replacement therapy drugs to people in states that have moved to ban hormone therapy. Quote, there are over 20 states trying to criminalize hormone therapy, particularly for trans youth, Ehrlich wrote in the now deleted post. Quote, so my friends and I had an idea, sending out our extra prescriptions around the country. If you need hormones, I'm working with a distribution network to get you access. Everything is free, no questions asked. We have hundreds of doses of testosterone, estradiol, and spironolactone available right now. All are prescribed by doctors and unused. Each package comes with information on dosage, obtaining blood work, etc. I realize this is only a band-aid solution. We need full access to affirmative medical care from prom professionals immediately. However, missing a single dose of hormones can be devastating, especially for trans teens and those new to hormones. These laws are outrageous, and I can't wait for them to be overturned. In the meantime, DM me if you need HRT or if you have overprescribed hormones you'd like to send out. Wow. This is just, I mean, come on, man. Come on. I mean, how is this not borderline? I mean, it's not even really borderline. It's just evil, man. Like, how in the world do you think it's okay for you to send out prescription drugs to people who don't have those prescriptions? It doesn't make sense. And we're talking about children here. Kids, as if they're going to know how to properly dose the amount that they should be using. Again, that is for a doctor to determine. We're talking about putting in hormones in your body that don't belong in your body, right? They don't belong there, at least not at the levels that they're being prescribed, not in the levels that come in these drugs. And you think that nothing can go wrong here. Nothing's going to go wrong. No kid is going to take too much testosterone and end up, I don't know, looking like a, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, okay? You don't think nothing go wrong with that? You don't think that's irresponsible? Again, these people, man, they're so entitled that they feel like they can do anything. They can get away with anything, including posting their illegal activities on social media and thinking that, hey, everybody's supposed to be fine with this. And if you're not, you're a transphobe. Libs of TikTok shared the screenshots in a thread on Twitter, tagging the FBI and DEA. Ehrlich then deleted the post Friday afternoon, Libs of TikTok said. Walsh also called out Ehrlich on Twitter. Wow, Eli Ehrlich is sending drugs to children across the country without prescriptions, parental consent, or any legal authority whatsoever, Walsh wrote, reacting to Libs of TikTok's thread. Quote, this is a crime on several different levels. This is a blatant federal crime and should be reported to both state and federal authorities, Walsh added in a thread linking to the FBI's tip line. In separate tweets, Walsh said he was reporting Ehrlich's actions to the DEA. He also had several exchanges with Ehrlich. Despite taking down the original post, Ehrlich posted screenshots of Walsh's tweets on his Instagram story, bragging about the attention he was receiving. Quote, thanks for the free advertising, Matt Walsh, Libs of TikTok. Ehrlich captioned one story. Quote, confess drug smuggler equals cool new bio. Ehrlich mocked in another. Again, these people are emboldened. They're entitled. They feel invincible. Because again, as we've seen, the Democrat Party, because they endorse this type of stuff, they let the left-wing extremists get away with it, right? And when you let left-wing extremists constantly get away with their extremism, with their violent behavior, with their illegal activities, this is what happened. You have people like this guy who think that it's okay to just openly broadcast his hormone smuggling operation that, again, probably is illegal on the internet. Walsh, in turn, blasted Ehrlich for effectively admitting that his plan is still ongoing. Eli deleted the original Instagram post, but is now bragging that we're helping to advertise the illegal drug running operation, which is confirmation that the conspiracy to commit federal crimes is still going on. Lots of great evidence, all helpfully provided by Eli personally. Wow, I got a feeling Walsh is going to go on a crusade, right? Walsh, when he decides that he's going to go after somebody, he goes on a crusade, right? He comes for them, okay? Yeah, this guy definitely caught the attention of the wrong person, okay? Walsh don't hold back, right? Walsh don't hold back. Everybody might not like Walsh. Walsh might not be everybody's cup of tea. One thing I can say about the guy, he does not pull any punches, okay? Walsh said on Twitter Saturday that he intends to keep pursuing this issue with law enforcement. Quote, by the way, I'm not going to let this go. He tweeted, quote, I've decided to make it my personal mission to ensure that this scumbag faces consequences for the crimes that have been confessed. We'll be personally following up with law enforcement next week, as well as UC Santa Cruz. Members of protected classes may have grown accustomed to never being held accountable for anything, but I'm going to do what I can do to make sure that this one at least faces the music, he added. Ding, 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 ding. He's right. The members of the protected class, they become accustomed to just getting away with their crimes. Because, again, the Democrat Party, they never actually hold these people accountable because Democrats agree with it. And this is what it leads to. It leads to guys like this that, again, have become so emboldened that they think that they can run what is probably illegal hormone therapy drug operation in which they're smuggling this stuff to people in red states without permission, kids without parental consent, any of that stuff. Right? And they think that's right. They think they're on the right side of history because they believe that kids should have the right to just choose whether or not they want to go on these drugs or whether or not they should go on these drugs. Again, without a doctor say so or their parents say so or anything like that. Again, it absolutely blows my mind, right? What the left feels like they're able to get away with. But hey, I don't blame them because, again, they have been able to get away with this stuff. So we'll see what comes of this. I got a feeling that come probably in a couple days, Walsh is really going to make a whole lot of noise about this, right? Because, again, when the guy decides to come after somebody and to pick a fight, he really comes out swinging. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.